Hi folks, this is Small Cars. We're back today with another look at some cars that I didn't get a chance to go over in the last video. So this is episode 3. It is daytime outside, so we've got some natural light coming in. We'll see if that helps at all with the quality of this video. So the first thing I want to do is take a look at some of these basic Hot Wheels here. I found these at Walmart. These are some cars that I haven't actually seen at Target or any of the drugstores that I've gone to. And I think I discussed that a little bit in the last video as well when we looked at the Star Wars cars. This is the same thing. I've seen variations of these vehicles, but I haven't seen these exact ones. So let's just get it right into it and start it up. So the first one I've got here, we'll start at the bottom. This is Rip Rod. So this is a fantasy cast, but I actually quite like this one. I believe Hot Wheels made an iPhone app. It's a racing game, kind of like a side scroller, and this is one of the main cars in there. I really like the shape a lot. Let's open it up and see what we've got. It's from 2015, about a year and a half old. All right, let's take a look here. I'll put that right there. Okay, so we've got open front wheels, open rear wheels. Almost looks sort of like a dune buggy. This is interesting. I don't remember seeing this on other vehicles. You can see a little printed letter number set right here. I don't know, this is just off the top of my head, but I don't remember seeing that on any other vehicles. We'll have to take a look sometime. There you go, Rip Rod, copyright 2013, so relatively new model, or cast, you could say. Front end is kind of funny. It almost looks like a pig nose, a little bit. But the overall shape I really like. It's really compact. I like that the wheels are separate. It kind of makes it look like a Plymouth Prowler a little bit, which I do like the shape of quite a bit. On the back here, we've got the exhaust, a little bumper. Pretty cool livery, too. I like when they do this, when they've got the Hot Wheels symbol off the side, but it's kind of broken up by some of the body panels. There's a race car. I think it's a treasure hunt car that's similar to that. Kind of looks like an F1 racer. And then it's got an open top with a roll cage, and then an interior. So there's a seat in there. Kind of hard to see. There we go. But I just like the layering that they did here. I think it looks really neat. You can kind of see through in these bits that are cut away. A little roll cage in there. I have another one of these, so this is just a color that I haven't seen before. I actually like the other color that I have better. Maybe we'll take a look sometime when we compare same cast, different livery vehicles. But I picked this up anyway because I did like the way that they had the paint job on there. And I just like the overall shape, so that's really cool. I like that one quite a bit. And I think I might have mentioned too in the last video that I do only buy cars that I'm at least relatively fond of. I don't go for vehicles that I think are just awful looking. So most of these cars that I look at are going to be ones that I do enjoy in some way. All right, now this one is kind of funny. I saw this on the way back of one of the pegs at Walmart, and they had held it on with one of the little plastic stickers with a hole in it. It was in the way back, so this guy has been here for quite a while. You can see it's all beat up. Here's where I ripped it off. I wasn't going to take the 9 or 10 cars that were in front of it off. I knew I wanted this one, so I just peeled it right off and took it. So I haven't seen this one at all. Looks like it's from 2015 Street Beasts set, called the Praying Menace, right? So it looks like a praying mantis. I love the color on this. Let's open it up and take a look. This card's definitely seen better days, so no sweat there, taking that right off. Oh, this is really nice. I like this a lot. So, fantastic paint job on this. I mean, this looks like almost like something you'd see on a Super Treasure Hunt vehicle. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but because I don't have any yet. And I don't know how well this shows in the light, but it is sort of glittery, kind of a light green, almost yellow color. It just looks awesome. Looks really cool. It's got some little details here, kind of like these abstracted flames on the sides, on the rear fenders there, on these front little fenders that are kind of like the Mantis's arms. I love the front end there, the way it's pointed like that. These open front wheels. And again, this one's similar to the other vehicle where it's got these kind of 3 layers or 4 layers to it. It's got the top here, nice color, nice kind of little paint job on it. Then you've got the body, the green part, which is metal. And then you've got kind of this yellowish, almost like light skin tone, sort of middle layer here, which goes around the exhaust ports or the exhaust pipes, right? And then the underside, which is metal again. And you can really get a good look of that. Ooh, was that off camera? I wasn't even looking at the camera, I'm sorry. So you can get a really good shot of it right there. The way everything kind of comes together, the way they designed this. I really like that a lot. So whoever came up with this, good job. This is really cool. You know, pretty standard wheels, but this was just way too cool to pass up. I like that a lot. This might be one of my more favorite fantasy casts, especially among the creature versions. So let's get on to another creature vehicle. So this is Sharkbite, and I've seen it in a number of different colors. This is one that I didn't like as much. I think the other one I have is gray. So we'll take a look at that again at some point. This is from 2015. Let's take a look at the back of the package real quick, because I actually really like the way they did this. So you can see here, in 2015, they had the name, and then they kind of listed I believe this is kind of like what series it was part of, right? It's also on the front, the Hot Wheels Off-Road. So you kind of know what series it belongs to if you're a huge collector. I like this a lot, though, the way they did this. They've got when it was made, or born, right? Where, I'm not sure the details of how this birthplace actually works. So if you know, please let me know. Send me an email. I'll put the link down below. And obviously the designer being Hot Wheels here. And then it also shows if it can do anything. So this car does move when you roll it. And I've got a funny story to tell when we take the car out. Just kind of a general description. Street Beast is number 8 out of 10. So I like that a lot. All right, so let's open it up. So when I bought the silver version of Sharkbite, at first I thought it was they had a mistake on it. I can't remember if there's a more detailed or more specific way to call it that, but it looked like it had an error, right? And I was looking at it and I was going, what's with this front wheel? Why has it got a piece of plastic sticking off it? Is that a mistake? And then I rolled it. Whoop. Okay, so you can see what it does, right? It makes the mouth move. So it's there for a reason, and I felt pretty stupid after that. It works on both sides, so it's actually got them on both wheels, and when they come around, they hit this little gray piece here, and they make it move. The only thing is you can't go backwards with it. It doesn't look like it was designed to kind of allow it to pass by, so it can only go that way. But that is really awesome, and they added two, so when you move, if these guys are not perfectly aligned, it'll make the mouth move a little bit faster. So let's try it again here. Yeah, you can see you can't go backwards, the wheels lock up. So that's actually really neat. I like this idea. I wish they would do this to more vehicles. I think it makes them kind of unique. I would like to see more done like this. There are some other vehicles that are similar to this. There's one, it's a truck with an engine that goes back and forth, and it works on the same principle. A wheel hits a lever, and then it just turns, or it moves something left or right, or up or down. So this particular car or vehicle, just not as big of a fan of, just because of the colors. The orange and green are just a little bit kind of tacky to me. But I do like the paint that they put on the back here. This actually looks really nice, and it does complement the overall colors, but just not a real big fan of orange, I guess you could say. But I did want to get it. I think it's a lot of fun. Neat little car there. Okay, so we're coming to the Poppa Wheelies. There have been a whole bunch of these vehicles made. I've probably got another 2, I think, as well as these 2, so a total of 4. And I think I may have passed up on a 5th, which was an alternate version of the Super Chrome here. But I just think these look really interesting. They go really well on the Hot Wheels tracks, surprisingly enough. They're well balanced, and they've been putting some kind of interesting paint jobs or liveries on them. So let's take a look here. So we've got the Super Chrome. This one, I think, is this one newer? Yeah, they're probably both around the same age. If you know, let me know. Let's open this guy up here. All right. Put that off to the side. Okay. So we've got sort of a chrome plastic body. You got a black plastic underneath the car, and then back here as well, in what would have been, was that perhaps a seat? It's hard to tell in the light there. No, I guess not, because there's a motor and there's the exhaust. And then you've got the the metal bottom here, and it's weighted so that the more weight is here. So it seems to be maybe the center of mass is kind of right around here. So when you're actually rolling it, if you're going to play with it in one of the Hot Wheels sets, it actually goes really well. The large front wheels go over bumps really well, and it doesn't really want to go that way. It wants to stay back. So works really well. I just think these are really interesting vehicles. Obviously, they look so different from everything else. One thing I do wish they had was an actual wheel here, instead of this little sort of nub that's sticking out. Put a tiny wheel on an axle there. I think it would feel like a little more premium. As far as the colors go, this is probably one of my favorites. I'm a big fan of silver, and then this light blue just looks really great on it. I think it complements the sort of black and silver look that they've given it really well. Kind of blue windows. Yeah, that's okay. I think it would look better too with like the hollow rims with the spokes. Let's take a look at the other one here. So this one's got, I think, more of an interesting livery than the other one. So it says, let's see if we can get a good picture here. So it says Knuckles Custom Engines, or I'm sorry, Split Knuckles Custom Engines. That's actually kind of cool that it says Split Knuckles, so it's like, you're doing a ton of work and your hands are falling apart. I like that a lot. This has kind of a classic, I don't know, would you say muscle car kind of look to it, where it's kind of matte blacked out with some of these sort of abstracted flames or racing stripes on the front. You've got that cursive. And then it's almost like one of those box trucks where they've got the logo painted on the fake window on the back. So that's actually pretty cool. I like this one a lot. I'm not really sure which one I like better. I like this one for sort of the classiness of it, and I like this one for the maybe more of the color, just the general color scheme. All right. So there's one more vehicle I want to take a look at, and that would be this. So I didn't know that this series existed. I started collecting after this came out, which was, of course, pretty recent. This, okay, it does say 2016 on the back. So this is relatively new, but this is the only one I've seen anywhere. So everybody's been sold out in the area. But I had to grab this because this is a GT40. And this is the original Ford GT40 that won at Le Mans. And there are a number of Ford GTs out there that you can buy that are Hot Wheels, but none of them that I've seen is a GT40. They're all either the second gen or sort of the newest one that they're coming out with, what I think this year, right? That 2017 model. So I just had to get it. Not a huge fan of this series of movies. I remember seeing the first one in theaters when I was younger. But I just had to get this. I think that it's really cool to see a GT40. And for $1, I just had to grab it. So let's take a look. Let's see what we've got here. Ooh, this is really on there. Oh boy, here we go. If you're sensitive to this, don't watch. Maybe I should have said that before. Yeah, that was really on there. All right, let's take a look. Ooh, it's kind of interesting. So it actually had this little piece of plastic inside to hold it, to protect it from the card, from rubbing on it. See that more with Matchbox, not so much with Hot Wheels. That's kind of funny. All right, let's take a look. Oh yeah, this looks really good. This would be a great vehicle for a wheel swap. So if you had some Real Riders, get them on here. I think the only thing I don't like is, and this is probably hard to see with the light, but right here it says TM, so trademark and copyright, Universal Studios. At least they blended it in so that you can't really see it. But it does kind of stink that they had to do that, you know. Can't they just put it on the bottom? It says Mattel. But can't they just do that on the bottom and keep the top clean? All right, this side is clean, so that's nice. But here you go. Here's the back with the exhaust, the lights. Oh man, this is a great cast. I think that even if you were to take some paint and kind of get into this, touch up the lights, you'd only have to add a little bit of detail here and there, and it would make it look so much better. They've already got paint on these little caps here, and kind of a nice stripe. Little bolts are painted as well. So they did a really good job. It's just, it needs a little more, and this would be really nice to see. So if anybody out there does wheel swaps and you've got one of these, let's see it posted to the Hot Wheels subreddit. I would really love to see that. So you got the plastic bottom, they chromed it up. That matches the wheels, right? And the top is metal. Very clear and clean inside. You can see the motor here, or the engine. What is that, a V8, right? Right-hand drive, right? So I guess that was for Le Mans. And not a whole lot else to talk about. The rims are all right, you know, but it would be great to ditch them for some Real Riders. So, all right. So that's the last one I wanted to look at today. Next time, we may be opening a few more and taking a look at some cars I have that are already opened. I have the cards for them. I also have some plans to take a look at vehicles that are similar. So I mentioned this earlier in the video. I've got a couple of these, and you know, another one of these, another one of these. So I do want to get into that as well. We're not going to be looking at the subreddit today, but maybe another time. We'll give it time to accrue some new posts. All right. I really appreciate everybody watching. If you do have any feedback or want to talk, please email me at smallcarsreview@gmail.com. All right, thanks. Have a good one.